Okay, so today, before we start, make sure you take out a piece of paper and a pen and your calculator so that you can follow along. Write down any questions that you might have so that you can either email me or next time you see me in class, you can ask them. Today, we are going to talk about multiplying polynomial functions. We're going to do this for 2 days. The notation, again, similar to when we did adding and subtracting, the only difference is that here, there's going to be a little dot for a multiplication symbol. So again, as these seem like basic operations to do with functions, you have to kind of slow down and don't rush so that you understand which operation is being asked. You don't want to add when it says multiply. So if we wanted to multiply polynomials, there's a couple of different types they can ask you to multiply. The first one is if they ask you to multiply by a monomial. If you remember, monomial means single term. So here's our example. It says if f of x is negative 4y and g of x is negative 2y squared plus 3y minus 6, the question says find f of x, meaning this, the negative 4y, times, so very important, times g of x. And our g of x is this. So if you go back to your basic polynomial skills, we're just going to say negative 4y times negative 2y squared plus 3y minus 6. Now, to multiply that, we distribute. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. And we're going to add the exponents. There's really a 1 there. So 1 plus 2 is 3. If we go to the second term, negative 4 times positive 3, that's going to give me negative 12. And again, I have this 1 here, and there's 1y there, so that becomes y squared. And when we go to the last term, make sure you take the sign with it. That's a negative 6 or a minus 6. So negative 4 times negative 6 is positive 24. And then we just write the y because there's no y's on this last term. So our answer is just this. Sometimes you could be asked to multiply two binomials. Now, if you remember, or if you're good at English, bi means two, so that means two terms. So there's two different ways to do it. I will show you both ways. I don't care which way you do it if you're getting them right. Some people like to double distribute. So again, if I look at double distributing, this one here, again, I'm going to take my a of x, which is this, and I'm going to multiply it by b of x, which is this. So if I do the double distribute method, I'm going to take my 2x minus 1, I'm going to multiply it by x plus 3, and by double distributing, 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x. Then negative 1 times x is negative 1x. And negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. I combine those two terms, and I get 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. Some teachers in the past might have called that the rainbow method. The other method that some people and some kids really like is called the box method. Since I'm talking about two terms, I'm going to make a 2 by 2 box. On the top, or going down, it doesn't matter, I'm going to write the first one, 2x minus 1. On the other side of the box, or going across the top, I have an x and a plus 3. Now it's kind of like filling in a multiplication table. 2x times x is 2x squared. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x. 2x times 3 is 6x. And 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. When we do the box method, a lot of times, not always, a lot of times these two will be the same term, which means you can add them. So my final answer here would be 2x squared. If I add those two that I wrote in green, that's plus 5x minus 3. If you notice, I get the same answer. I don't care which way you do it. Some kids, when we do tomorrow's lesson, will find that the box method is a little bit easier and it helps sort out the information a little more. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, write them down, ask me when you see me in class.